What day is today? It is, I almost said Wednesday. It's Thursday today. These public holidays always mess it up at the beginning of the week. I think actually next week, Tuesday is another public holiday in South Africa. Am I right? It's like April's always a mess. It's like you can't really get a rhythm and work, but yeah, it's nice to have these days off. So probably another long weekend because most people will take coming Monday off, creates a long weekend. Okay, so it's not coffee, it's breakfast. It's a liquid breakfast. It is anabolic whey protein with oat milk. Is it oat milk? Anyway, it's like almost no calories, but it tastes delicious. I think this is cheesecake flavor. House is very quiet this morning. Normally, over here, the boys will be playing. Okay, Ziggy's laying down there. But the boys, remember, went in to have their balls taken away. Shame. I posted a video on my feed yesterday with Louis sitting next to me in the car, and he's whimpering and whining. He always does that, but it just worked so well. And I only saw this afterwards. Someone mentioned to me, go and listen to the music that's playing in the background. Something about I'm not going to be dramatic or some shit like that. And here he is whimpering like a drama queen. Anyway, the vet posted a picture of the two boys on their feed, and they're all good. They were cuddling afterwards, so episode successful. Fetching them in about 2.5 hours, coming home. Big meeting at 12. And then home, possibly a Zoom at 2, train this afternoon, and then some video editing in between. Emails now and then as well. What to tell you? Content. Oh, online's funny, hey? Because if I look, I always say that, what's it called? Like, I'm going to paraphrase, like copying someone is the biggest form of flattery. What's the word? Anyway, but it's interesting when someone tries to build their own brand, like personal brand, but they copy everything that you do. I mean, sure. Is it like a compliment? Maybe. Is it a bit of like, oh, really, dude? Sure it is. I mean, I can try and copy. I know I'm pretty decent at social. I get it. But I can try and copy any of you, and I'm going to be piss poor at it. Nobody's going to be a better Gerry than me. Nobody's going to be a better Corin or John or Vicky, if you watched the live yesterday, than them. So find your own cadence, man. Stop trying to hack other people's things to make yourself, I don't know, feel better. I don't know. It's quite sad. Another thing, this morning, I found, I posted a picture of the Great Migration. It's a reel. I think just the one before this video, if you're on Instagram. And all these comments, and someone will come and say, oh no, but they don't need to be running with the thumbs down because they're being chased and they already have so much stress, so it's not cool. It's like, you know what, how sad you are that you come and you see something like that, and that is all that you go to. You have no idea what you're commenting on. You weren't there. So, with all respect, why don't you just shut the fuck up and mind your own business? Because it's stupid. I had a great analogy in the week, audiobook I'm listening to, and the guy also, and he's also on Instagram, mentions that imagine social media, my social media is like my store, my shop, right? This is like you walking past, coming in, and telling me you don't like what I'm doing or selling. It's like, dude, if you don't like what I'm doing, why don't you get out and leave and go find a shop that you like? But people, the negativity sometimes on this thing is just frightening. And this is not, like, make no mistake, I couldn't give a fuck. I really could not. It's just sometimes like this morning, I woke up at 3:30 scrolling, and I look at this and I think, really? Dude, really? That's just sad. Really sad. But hey, each to his own. But if you want to be a negative bitch, go and do it somewhere else. It's very sad. What else? Yesterday afternoon, did some good work. I was going to train yesterday, but my back was pretty tight from deadlifts. It adds up. So quick cardio this morning, and either legs this afternoon or arms, not bench or anything like that. So I might do auxiliary. So probably arms, biceps, triceps, curls for the girls, as they say. But yeah, that's almost it. Weekend plans, nothing really lined up, nothing major. I started watching yesterday because I like bubblegum for the mind once in a while. I don't really do TV series. ever, like ever, because the last thing I think I watched the entire one was Game of Thrones, and I've watched that twice. Should watch it 3 times. The other series that I finished watching was How I Met Your Mother, Big Bang Theory, and Friends. Friends I've watched like 5 times, and I'll probably watch it another 500. I've always believed that if I have a son one day, and the easiest way to teach him about life, listen nicely now, is to make him watch the entire Indiana Jones series, the entire Friends series, and anything with Liam Neeson. What more education would he need? I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, but I started watching, so I'm kind of half working through, just started, first season still, Modern Family. Watched that a couple of times. Not the whole thing, but like randomly. So starting from and just working through. It's bubblegum for the mind. It just allows your brain to stay busy so you don't go down rabbit holes or think too hard, but it's not engaging enough to consume you completely, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that. Oh, and the other one is Marvel, because Avengers rock, is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's a series. I think there's only 3 episodes out now. Well, the ones I can see on this side anyway. So, yeah, working through that, no real pace. I have a feeling this Saturday is going to be, or Sunday is going to be a proper downer. I'm going to not look at my phone. I'm not going to speak to people. I'm going to probably order junk food, not speak to the Uber driver who delivers it, Uber Eats. I just feel that coming on. Yeah, so that's cool. What else? The Q&A thing on my story has been amazing. It's been such a nice way to tell stories. I mean, think about it. And this you can use for you if it's something you want to do. Is you go and you ask questions about things, and people are now starting to ask questions like, and I've got to answer these now when I'm done. Is, for example, can I share my workout routine? What do I think about the political situation? Who's my favorite NBA player? How old you are? Now, if I do it in a Q&A form, it's easy for me to share and for you guys to get to know me and what I do better. If I just go on my story and say, hey guys, my favorite player is LeBron. I'm 45 years old. I think the political situation is... That's a bit of a dick move. Like, why? So the Q&A thing's good fun. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm seriously looking into the USA photo tours. I have started getting the ball rolling. I had some contacts from way back when I was looking at a Yellowstone trip, but it is happening. I'm going to just look at, obviously, COVID and stuff, and when it'll happen, but I'm planning for next year. So for those of you that said you are keen, stay tuned. It's 100% happening. I'll combine it with a marketing trip at some stage early next year. And some of you asked about my COVID test yesterday. So if you saw my story, long story short, I booked an antibody test, not the up the nose number, the one where they take your blood and they check whether you've had the virus before. So I booked that online, like I should, at Dischem. Get there yesterday morning with my reference number, go to the reception, they say, no, sit in that line, put your name on the form. And I sit down 15 minutes, I go through Instagram like 50 times, and they call me in. I go down, I sit down with my mask, and she says, so what are we doing? So I said, oh no, I've got this reference number. So she said, okay, can I take my mask off, because she has to go and basically rape my nose with this thing. I said, no, I'm not here for that. I don't want to test for COVID. I want to test whether I've had it. She looks at me and she says, oh, sorry, they don't have any of those tests, and none of the Discoms in the country do anymore. So sorry. I'm like, then why the fuck did you take my booking? That's not hard. So I walk to another pharmacy the clinic there, and there's 2 people waiting outside, and I ask, can I please do this? No, I have to book. So there's like 2 people. There's nobody there, but I have to book. So I go on my phone. You can only book on the 14th of April. Sense of humor challenged yesterday, but it's fine. The reason I'm doing this is a lot of countries where I have to travel to coming up, they either require a vaccine or a proof that you've had the virus before to get in without quarantine. I could still, but then I have to quarantine, but that will make it so much easier. Now, I do think it was January, February last year, before lockdown started here for South Africa, I might have had it because I was fucking man down. So, yeah, and this is messed up. I'm going to literally go and test. I must phone my doctor to get it done. And I hope I've had it. How messed up is that? Because if I've had it, then I've got the antibodies and then I can travel easier. Because I can't see me, getting a vaccine anytime. Fuck, if I get it by September, it'll be a miracle. Anyway, so that's that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Question for the day. My brain's working already, you see. Okay, question for the day. Simple one. Just tell me where you're from. Which country? Where do you live? What city? Let's do that. And if you've been watching for a while and you don't comment, please just do this one. Just say, hi, Gerry. I'm from, I don't know, Johannesburg in South Africa. That's all. Okay, I'm going to finish this, get this video live, and get to work, fetching the boys at 10, and then meetings from there. Have a good day. My name is Gerry from Walt and I. Bye.